Yo guys, it's Sam. This is iOS 12.0.1. It's going to be the first update of many over the course of the next year for iOS 12, and it comes 3 weeks after iOS 12 was released to everybody. There are 5 different changes and bug fixes in this update, 2 of which are specifically for the iPhone XS Max and iPhone XS. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that's new. Alright, so this is iOS 12.0.1. It was a pretty small update here on the iPhone XS Max, only 156.6 megabytes, and as always, Apple says iOS 12.0.1 includes bug fixes and improvements for your iPhone and iPad. The first 2 changes Apple claims are exclusive to the iPhone XS, and I definitely experienced the first one on my iPad, which was weird. But first one says fixes an issue where some iPhone XS devices did not immediately charge when connected to a lightning cable. This was the issue known as Chargegate, where when your screen would be off if you plugged your device in, for some reason iPhone XS especially, it would not begin to charge. You would wake up the next day and realize, oh, my iPhone did not charge at all since I put it on the charger, and it was really weird. I'm actually surprised that Apple took an issue that could be as serious as that 3 weeks to fix, but that is corrected in iOS 12.0.1. And the second issue was also iPhone XS exclusive. It was where the iPhone XS would for some reason latch on to the slower but stronger 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal rather than the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi signal. Nobody really knows why this was happening, but both the Chargegate and Wi-Fi issues were apparently software based, so they are corrected in iOS 12.0.1. What Apple doesn't mention is cellular issues. A number of users are reporting after updating with Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and Sprint, their cell strength was either extremely low or it wasn't connecting at all, or it would drop frequently. As you can see, there is no mention of that in the release notes, so maybe Apple will fix that in the future, or maybe the issue will go ignored. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So those were the only 2 iPhone XS specific issues, but there are some other changes as well. This one I know is huge for a lot of people. Restores the original position of the .?123 key on the iPad keyboard. I believe Apple had flipped it in iOS 12.0 and it was driving people insane. So that issue has been corrected, or I guess they've just changed their mind on what they wanted to do there. This one is interesting. I didn't experience it myself, but it fixes an issue where subtitles may not appear in some video apps. And also this one is super random, not sure how this popped up, but addresses an issue where Bluetooth in its entirety could just not work or not be there, would become unavailable. Now, as always, I checked Apple's official security site to see if there were any changes there, and there actually were, which was kind of surprising for me. For VoiceOver and for Quick Look, 2 things have been corrected. There's an issue with VoiceOver where a local attacker could view photos and contacts from the lock screen. It's crazy how they were able to exploit the VoiceOver command to do that, but hopefully your photos and contacts should be safe again. And also for Quick Look, again, a local attacker may be able to share items from the lock screen. That would also be a pretty big issue, so Apple has corrected that as well. So hopefully after iOS 12.0.1, there's no way to exploit VoiceOver or Quick Look or any other aspect of the lock screen to share your stuff that you do not want shared. So that's iOS 12.0.1. As you can see, it's a pretty big first update, but there are no new features or changes here that definitely would make you want to update instantly. Obviously, if you have an iPhone XS device, updating is a good idea so you can have the fastest Wi-Fi available and you won't experience that issue where your iPhone just won't charge. Apple's already fixed a lot of these issues in iOS 12.1, and that's actually going to be the first big update. We've got over 70 new emojis coming. There is a group FaceTime that will finally be coming to iOS 12.1. In the meantime, we have iOS 12.0.1, and I have no doubt that we'll probably see like iOS 12.0.2 or 12.0.3 as well to fix any other remaining issues. But it's good to know that any of the iPhone XS gates have been corrected by software. The only one again that remains in question is about cellular. Is there a deeper issue here, or is that maybe fixed behind the scenes in iOS 12.0.1? So that's what's new in this update. If you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, always helps me out if you drop a like down below. And of course, hit subscribe for more videos on iOS 12 in the future. I've been Sam. I hope you're doing great. I'll catch you guys in the next one.